Yo, 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 yo. Okay, we finna get this started. We're gonna get this started. We're gonna get this started. What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? So, listen, we already know today's a 22 day, so build, baby, build. That's what we finna talk about today. We're gonna wait for a lot more people to get in here. This one is gonna be a special one. It's a special day, of course. So, just okay. Just give me a second. So, first things first, man. Let's just get to the point that this 2023 year is really almost done and we're about to head into 2024, and I think the biggest thing that has been on our side of Twitter is what to expect in 2024. What to expect in 2024. First of all, we already know the year is an 8 year, you know what I'm saying? And I think with it being dragon, the biggest thing is just how much energy you put into your own strength, how much energy you put into your own leadership, how much energy you put into whatever it is that you're building, and understanding that whatever energy you put out is what you're going to get back. It's so funny because it seems like that karma is already starting to hit some people. It's so fucking crazy. It's crazy because it feels like that shit is literally already starting to hit some people. And the thing about it is that I feel like weightlifting, working out is going to be a big highlight next year. Because when we think about power, you can even think about muscle power. So I feel like if you're into weightlifting, if you're into um deadlifting, if you're into pyrotech, anything my motherfucking ass say pyrotechnics, anything that deals calisthenics, that's what I meant to say. Anything that deals with the power of the muscle that deals with you is going to be a big thing next year. Why did we choose today to talk about it? Because 22 is also the building, and we know that next year is about strength. When we think about the dragon, they say the dragon is the bodybuilder, not the bodybuilder, the bodyguard, and the snake is the brain. So if the dragon is the bodyguard, then that lets you know that next year is going to deal with strength. Next year is going to deal with muscle power. Next year is going to deal with all of a more physical type of nature. You get what I'm saying? The first thing that I wanted to do is I have a couple people coming in here that are going to speak some great things to y'all, especially a couple of books that I feel like people should be tapping into, especially for next year. I think as simple as it can be, 48 laws of power. You can't go wrong with 48 laws of power. You can't go wrong with 33 strategies of war. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with the art of war. You can't go wrong with the Prince by Machiavelli. You can't go wrong with those books. I definitely recommend that y'all check those books out. Which one is Ryan? Because I'm gonna add him as a co-host. Okay, boom. All right.
Gary just replied to me.
Okay, hold on. Just bringing up everybody that's gonna be coming us to speak. All right, we're bringing my people up there. We for to add you as a speaker. You feel me? So yeah, man. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm so fucking excited for this one because I already know there's gonna be so many gems spit out. Right now, we're just trying to get everything in flow. But what I recommend is that number one, have a fucking notebook. You know damn well every time I get on this shit, I'm gonna say some shit that you need to hear.
Yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so basically all we need help with is just, there's going to be certain people that come up here, ask them certain questions. You can kind of like dictate that, and
Yeah, yeah,
how people come up and shit like that.
yeah.
But so first things first, we already talked about next year is the dragon, the monkey, and the rat. And I got my boy on here, right? Red Pill Aries, and I want y'all to, get to know who this person is. Next year is going to be a big year for him. He is a rat, and what I'll say is that there's a community that he's building right now that I think is very fucking strong. I think it's going to have a lot of impact. And the basic thing is that we need community when it comes to us having a goal. We lack fucking accountability. People lack fucking accountability. And one thing about it is that you need accountability so people can feel ashamed when they don't fucking show up. Imagine you texting your friend and your friend is literally like, yo, I'm working out every fucking day. I'm doing what I got to do. And you made a commitment to him to get some shit done with him. But then you start falling off and you see your friend is actually starting to level up. You're going to feel stupid. You're going to feel ashamed. You're going to feel like a lazy fuck because you did. You didn't continue to stay disciplined on what you were supposed to do. And I'm telling you right now, if you're not disciplined on something, if you don't pick something to focus on, 2024 is going to pass you by so fucking quick, so fucking quick. If 2023 passed you by quickly, so 2023, whatever you learned this year, you're gonna apply that next year to earn off of it. So if you learned about how to not be a fucking beta, if you learned how to fucking tap into your own energy, whatever it is that you learned this year, that's what you need to capitalize on next year. The people that left your life this year was for a reason, because clearly they were stopping you from achieving what you need to achieve if the seven energy separated you from them. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, my question is, what are you willing to focus on in 2024? And I think that's the biggest question. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to ask y'all, for the people that's already speakers, I want y'all to give these people an energy of what you're focusing on for 2024. So I'll say for me first, 2024, I'm focused on control over emotions. That's what I'm focused on, because there's no way. Now, you know the dragon is a leader. There's no way you can lead and you're leading through emotions. You know what I'm saying? So control over my emotions is one big thing. Now, I'm going to ask Red Pill, what do you feel like is your biggest focus on 2024? Let me add him. Let me add him real quick. Invite to speak.
All right, ask me again.
No, go ahead. Just tell me. Oh, so look, the question basically was,
I'm on here. You guys can hear me?
yeah. So the question basically
All
was,
right,
what is
perfect.
your goals for 2024? What are you focused on in 2024, Dragon You?
So 2024, I'm focused on leading, you guys. I'm focused on leading. I'm focused on leading myself. Like everybody else knows, you get what you put in and you get it back. So it's very important what you do. Everyone could do great things. Everyone could start this YouTube account, everything, TikTok, everything. As long as you stay on it, you will perfect your craft. And that's my pretty much my entire goal next year, to not just get sidetracked, because you could be good at this and good at this and good at this, and you want to pretty much excel in every single aspect, but you cannot just do that. You have too much, it's too much pressure on yourself to, oh, I want to do TikTok, oh, I want to do basketball, oh, I want to do excel in one thing. I have to master that craft first before anything else. So that's my main focus.
Focus, focus, focus. Damn, that's a very big topic, because I feel a lot of people are so fucking distracted, dog. Like, people are distracted by the shit that don't even fucking matter. People are distracted. Hold on. You gotta mute yourself. Yeah, so there you go. All right, so this is his first time on Spaces, so it's crazy. We're doing this on a 22-day fucking, the best type of imprint you can fucking make with this. But like I was saying, focus is the biggest key. If you lack focus, you can't get shit done, dog. Like, you keep saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, but you don't fucking do it. You haven't built any trust up with yourself. Every time you say you're gonna do it, you don't do it, and it fucks up the belief that you have in yourself, because every time that you say you're gonna do it, you literally don't even do it. So now your confidence is fucked up, because where does confidence come from? Confidence comes from a repetition of this practice. That's why the biggest and the best athletes are the best, and they have the biggest confidence, because they have the practice to prove. They have the repetition. Repetition is the mother of learning. You get me? And if you didn't learn your lesson this year, best believe that 8 is coming to spank your ass, because you're going to feel it where it hurts, your pockets.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, man. So it's like, what we need to understand is that, how can I tap into the most powerful, strongest version of myself? It's focus. It's literally focus. You get me? I want to bring up, hold on, real quick. I want to bring up my boy Tut. Tut is someone who's very big into fitness. And Tut, I just want you to talk to these people about why the fuck it's important to work out. I don't know why people feel like it's okay to just sit on their ass, but what does that actually do for a man, especially on this 22 day? for them to work out and build up their body and their confidence within that gym?
Well, as a man, especially me being born on the 14th, that five energy, it's the attractiveness, it's the ability to conquer your mind and to stay focused and learn discipline. It's funny because we're talking about this, but like last night I was getting drilled with questions from a couple of cats about like some people in my circle. They see me like I'm the fittest person within my group, and they always notice. They ask me like what do you do, like how many reps and sets you do, like why do you do it and everything like that. And I was telling them like whatever you're dealing with life, outside of exercising, or like none of that matters. Like why you're disciplining yourself to stay focused, like answers will come to you. It's a way to kind of like use your third eye in a sense. Like you focus on this one set, you pushing through it, you learn to break down yourself and to re-up at the same time. Like I don't know if you guys like watch the anime, but it's this one called Clover, and this teacher is always on the main character's ass called Asta, and he's like uh break past your limits. And like that's a real thing. Like if you ever get to the point to where you think that you've ran out of energy and you just can't do no more, you're going to discover like there's an inner strength within you that can help you be like that help you get focused. Like there's a fire within you that help you get past whatever you're dealing with. Kind of like life is like that. Like whenever we're going through our bottoms, like the lowest of the lows, our times when we hitting that wave, like you're gonna get through it for sure. You're gonna find out like you have the strength to get over whatever you're dealing with. You got the courage, you have the bravery, face your troubles, hit them straight on. You got to build yourself up. Life is going to build you, whether you want it to or not. We're all here for a purpose. We're all here with a destiny, and we're just learning and discovering. And so exercising is really important, because it just you learn how to handle pressure. You handling pressure while exercising,
Okay.
but
You
handle the pressure a lot.
and I say too, I would tell y'all motherfuckers, I know y'all probably on y'all masculine shit, but I'm telling you, y'all niggas need to do yoga. Y'all niggas hips is too fucking tight, especially if you talking about you finna get your women, and you need to loosen your hips. You feel me? A lot of y'all have a lot of energy trapped in y'all body that y'all not letting loose. You get me? And the reason why I'm telling y'all to do the yoga too is because let's think about what yoga does, right? Yoga teaches you how to have control over your breath in stressful situations.
Yeah, for
Ryan,
sure.
y'all
I was
please
with my
explain to them. Ryan, please explain to them what dragon energy is.
What's going on, yo?
Oh.
Dragon energy is pure alpha male energy. Dragon energy. Um, Very brawn, they're not going to really take shit from anybody, very honorable. It's also the fifth sign, so next year, you should focus on health. Five is the number of health, five is the number of travel. Dragons got wings, so next year I would try and be on the move and definitely stay moving.
Okay. So now I just wanted to let y'all know I just brought my boy Vaughn to cut. If y'all know this nigga, y'all know this nigga, man. I'm telling y'all, this the nigga that you want to listen to when it comes to that alpha type of energy. I've seen how this guy moves as a woman. I'm telling you, when you have a man around you that has a certain type of energy, you can just tell. You can just tell who's a natural born leader. You can just tell who has their head on straight. You feel me? If you haven't tapped into Vontu Cut, you need to go check him out on YouTube. He talks about Man, you know what we on, Vaughn. Let these people know who you are and tell these people what the fuck they need to do to get focused and to be more in their alpha masculine type of energy, because a lot of people are not really understanding what needs to be done.
I bet. Well, like, first off, like, you know what I'm saying, off rip, you just need to, like, honestly accept yourself for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, like, I don't really agree with the fact, like, a lot of dudes, you know what I'm saying, try to be masculine and they try to be confident, but it's like the first rule of confidence is stop giving a fuck about being confident. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you stop giving a fuck about being confident, that's true confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really care to be confident. You know what I'm saying? That is confidence in itself. You feel me? So it's all about just your confidence and about like how you respect yourself and just respect other people, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And like dude was saying too, he was talking about like how you need to be working out for sure, for sure. Like every man need to be working out. Every human being, period, need to be working out. But like as a man, yeah, you definitely need to be working out for sure, for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's really all I gotta say about that. Honestly, it's just about accepting yourself for who you are. Cause there's a lot of people, a lot of dudes, it's like they got like toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of dudes that try to be over masculine, they try too hard because they trying to cover like the bitch within themselves. You know what I'm saying? AKA the insecurities that they have within themselves. It's like once you accept yourself as a man and actually love you for you, at this point, that's when you're gonna just be walking naturally in your masculine. You feel what I'm saying?
Thank you for that. Listen, man, like I said, if y'all haven't tapped into his shit, y'all need to go tap in for real, for real. Another thing that I wanted to talk about for real was just like the importance of reading. Like a lot of y'all are not having the type of ability to communicate your ideas and your thoughts because you're not taking in more language, you're not taking in more diction, you're not learning shit actually. You get me? So it's like a lot of y'all don't have direction because you're not reading things that are keeping you in alignment. So I see we got a couple of people that I guess some people want to ask some questions. But before we even go into that, another thing that I wanted to ask Ryan, can you please explain to us 8 energy? So Ryan is a part of GG33 Gold, probably one of the smartest minds that I've fucking met in GG. And the way that he explains things, the way that he breaks things down, really helps me to get perspective. So Ryan, can you please just explain to them the 8 energy, how it's connected to karma, and let these people know what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, eight energy is connected to karma. It's connected to money, connected to power. You know, those are main things it's connected to. You look at the word hustle. Hustle starts with H. That's the eighth letter. Um, you look at the shape of the eight. You know, it goes around, comes around. That's karma right there. And you know, karma has a large role in your money as well. You know, if you're living poor, you know, you could say that's attributed to karma. If you're living well, you could attribute that to karma as well.
So can karma? So now that we know like 8 is karma and shit like that. Like first of all, you just taught me some shit with that hustle shit. Like I ain't even gonna hold you. My thing is that is there a way that karma can actually get in the way of people breaking certain monetary goals? Like do you feel like people are even gonna have to like face certain karma this year to get to the money?
Face certain karma to get to the money.
Like you get what I'm saying? Like a lot of people have situations pop up into their life that they have to face. For example, maybe some shit goes down in a relationship, maybe some shit goes down in a job. Like blockages can happen because of karma that could affect your career. Wouldn't you
Oh
say that?
yeah, well you got to clear blockages to get to the rainbow, so to speak. Like
Hmm.
if you got some bad karma, that's gonna keep you from getting to where you want to go because you have to learn that lesson to be able to get there.
So what would you recommend? So first of all, what would you recommend rats, monkeys, and dragons do next year because it's 8? You know, obviously this year was a cat year, it was a 7 year. You know, we told the cats, study, learn, you know what I'm saying? But what would you recommend the people that are the rats and the dragons and the monkey? What do you recommend for them?
For the rat, dragon, and monkey, I would recommend one. It's 8 years, so hustle. And also your personal year is going to matter about that. But overall, I would hustle, and I would say the most important thing would be everybody always tries to think they have to get everything jam packed into their friendly year. And I think that's a misconception. I think it's more about the imprints that you make in that friend year and make sure that they're substantial because that will carry on as the years go on, even after your friend year is over.
Okay, now Vaughn, I got a good question for you. Now you fucking blew up a lot based off of you talking about no fap and you talking about saving semen retention. Now, obviously, I can't talk about no shit like that, and I'm not even going to try. So I want you to explain to people, because I know for a fact that's going to help a lot of people next year. Is basically men holding on to their power and keeping their power and not giving their power away. Can you please tell, especially us being on X and how much fucking sexual content is on here, can you please tell people the power and the benefit of holding in their power?
I mean, your semen is really just your life force. You know what I'm saying? And not only just your life force, I guess in the spiritual sense, it's like it's literally your brain fluid. You know what I'm saying? So I give an example, right? It's like every time a man ejaculates, right? That is something that can help create a baby. So every time you ejaculate, you're releasing zinc, copper, iron, magnesium, so many nutrients. So it's like, look at life from this angle, right? Men that constantly nut over and over, whether it's with a woman or whether it's with, you know what I'm saying, their hand, you feel what I'm saying? Like men that constantly ejaculate all the time, they're losing nutrients within their body. So these type of men are going to have anger issues, are going to be more prone to having anger issues. They're going to be less patient in life. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to have a lot of more brain problems because their body ain't even working functionally because they're not retaining their life fluid. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got to say about that. I feel like every man definitely need to be practicing semen retention, just on it. Now, I'm not saying you got to be a Buddhist monk and you got to hold it for 5 years straight. You know what I'm saying? But because at the end of the day, it's just like a tree. Like I feel like everything is a cycle. Like just like a tree has to grow leaves, a tree also has to lose leaves. So it's like even with your seed, yeah, you gotta hold it, but you also gotta release it as well too. But that's what I gotta say about that. I feel definitely like holding your seed, and then not only that, like you know what I'm saying, when it comes to just manifesting things as well too. When you hold your seed, it helps you manifest things as well too. So pretty much it's like I give an example. Let's say, okay, boom, like my man was saying, you hustling, it's the 8 year, you going hard. I recommend you to hold your seed. Not only if you're gonna have more energy to actually get up and want to go hustle all the time, you feel me? It's actually gonna that's like your creation force. You feel me? So it's like a lot of dudes, and now let's talk about like some Kundalini shit, right? Cause that's really all Kundalini energy is. It's just your sexual energy. It's like dudes get horny and they don't try to create no higher stuff, like no higher substance shit with this horniness. They say, okay, fuck it, like I'm horny, I'm gonna go just fuck a girl. You feel what I'm saying? But really, it's like that's your creation energy. So stop viewing it like, oh, I'm horny, I need to go get some pussy. Nah, you horny, cool. I need to create something. Like I need to, you know what I'm saying? I need to hustle. I need to, you feel me? I need to put this energy to something. So it's like, I can say this as an example because like I remember when I held my seed back in 2020. Like I held my shit for like 9 months. In that time frame, I stopped smoking. I got so much shit done. Like I blew up on YouTube like a motherfucker. Like everything was just coming to me. That's because I was holding my life force. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I done had times where it's like, okay, I'm not holding my life force. I got a relationship or whatever, and I'm doing it every single day. And it's like I'm not as happy. I'm not feeling that good. Not only that, it's just like I feel like shit just coming slower. You feel me? So that's what I gotta say about semen retention for sure, for sure.
See, that's exactly what people need to fucking hear. People need to hear about how to control themselves and control their seed, control their power, because a lot of people gonna be trying to take your power. You feel me? My boy Red Pill wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about hard work, showing up, and consistency. So he's about to hop on. Go ahead, spit some shit to him, man.
All right, yeah. Hey, you guys. So pretty much, work ethic is the thing in the world. Now, nobody knows how lazy and truly lazy people are. For example, a lot of people that are into sports pretty much stop after high school, and they pretty much don't do shit after that. And just being lazy overall doesn't help you in nothing. I wake up at 7 in the morning every single day. I hit the gym and I get my mind ready for the day, for the challenges, knowing everything that I have to do. I write down on my notes every single thing that I have to do, every single person I have to talk to, every single conference meeting, every single sale, every single everything. So that for me, work ethic is the most important thing that has to do with anything that has to do with marketing, that has to do with leading, that has to do with working a job, and surrounding yourself around the people that are on the same base, same same everything. Okay, I like what you said about
Wait,
the.
hold on, quick question. How important is it to be around the right environment?
It's very important because you could get drawn into terrible things if you're not, and pretty much your goal in life will be there ready for you, and depending on who's around you, it'll be very very far stretched from you. So pretty much like I told Ari a couple of things that happened to me last year, and pretty much stopped a lot of great things for me because of the surroundings that I had. Now, I'm always been told, oh yes, you're a great leader. You strive for greatness. The people that you surround yourself with have to be on the same type of shit. You cannot keep the small town mentality of keeping the same friends that you went to high school with, and oh, because you love them, and then you have memories and you have feelings and all that stuff. No, we have to learn that we are about evolution. We have to grow as humans. You have to pretty much evolve every single year. At the end of the year and the beginning of the year, if you're not a different person and you haven't changed nothing, then you wasted your entire year. Your entire year was wasted.
Hey, my man. Hey, let me touch on what you said though. That was real. So look, I want everybody right here, you know what I'm saying, to like listen what he said and like understand it like this, right? Imagine yourself at your highest version, right? A lot of people feel like they in a come up phase right now. Like, oh yeah, I'm on level 10, but like soon I'm gonna be on level 100. Fuck that. Stop looking at yourself like you want to come up and look at yourself like you your highest version. Now imagine that you're your highest version, you your best version right now. Are you still talking to the same people that you talking to right now as your highest version? If the answer is no, then why you around them? You feel what I'm saying? Like people got to like you got to think like you're not getting to your highest version. You have to become your highest version. So you can do that today, right? But it's about the little things, right? A lot of people think they're not their highest version right now because they like, oh yeah, my highest version. He stay in the mansion. He wealthy. He got this and that. Motherfucker, that's not what your highest version is. That is what comes once you become your highest version. You got to become the shit first. So it's the little things, right? It's like, for instance, like I'm my highest version. If my environment does not resemble my highest version environment, then I'm gonna go ahead and change it. Okay, these people, am I gonna talk to them at level 100? Hell nah. So go ahead, cut them off right now. Feel what I'm saying? These beliefs, am I gonna have these beliefs at level 100? Hell nah, cut them off right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to touch on that.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, that's why a lot of
That was
people
some real
exercise to
shit, but I
begin with.
needed to hear that.
You know,
Let me tell you something.
you can't take, at least 15 to 30 minutes to get yourself together, get your mind right, to go outside and meditate or do a little stretching, with the yoga. Cause I was with my yoga instructor earlier, and that's super helpful. Or just even like do like 4 or 5 sets of pull-ups, push-ups, or go jogging. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the simple stuff, you can't do that, then what your future self gonna be doing. So small practices will make a big change in your everyday life for sure.
I wanted to talk to y'all about something too. Something new I learned. And I'm telling you, I wasn't the type to be about fasting and all that shit. Like I wasn't that motherfucker. You feel me? Like one thing about me, I'm not really like I don't think this woo woo, but I'm not a spiritual woo woo person if you get what I'm saying. So I never really did that. But it took for my body to tell me something was off with my gut. And the reason why I'm bringing this up to y'all is because a lot of y'all don't realize that your gut and your brain is connected, dog. A lot of y'all aren't able to make clear decisions because your fucking gut is fucked up. It's cloudy. You got gas in that shit. Some of y'all need to go to a sauna. And the person that made me aware of that was Ryan. So I wanted him because I'm still learning from him when it comes to like the power of the gut and what it means. I mean, think about it. The gut starts with G. You feel me? What else starts with G? Or what else is represented by G? 7 and 33. So what I'm trying to tell you is to get to that highest level of clarity, your gut needs to be clear. So Ryan, can you tell these people what you was telling me about the gut? Because when after you told me that shit, I literally threw up, which was fucking wild.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt, the gut and the mind are connected. I like to use the word your will. Your will is like where your gut's at, and like you look at the first vowel in will, you got I, first vowel in mind, I, and a lot of times like what we eat, what we consume, just even the way we sit with our posture, we can accumulate gas chambers in our esophagus, in our stomach, and then that creates a blockage with your mind because air is thought, right? And air signs, so if you get air in your mind, air in your gut, I mean it can cloud your mind. That's why they call it clarity, you know what I mean? So I always try and be conscious
Oh
of
shit.
of my posture, what I'm eating, so that doesn't build up, because then it's hard to really hear yourself.
Damn. Bro, hold on. You ain't tell me that clarity shit on the phone now, nigga. Damn. You just taught me some new shit. Damn. Listen, y'all. I don't know if it's a cat thing, but never be afraid to ask the same question. That's just me, because I feel like if you keep asking the same question, you're going to get different answers. You feel me? You're going to get a little bit more every time. So, next thing that I wanted to talk about, my boy here, Vaughn, is born on the 11th. Now, we all know 11s are great athletes and shit like that. But we need to understand why are 11s great athletes? And it's because of the emotion. Vaughn, can you please tell these people why it's important to use working out to control their emotions? And what do you do? You being born on the 11th, what do you do to stabilize your emotions?
Well, in terms of just, well, I answered the first question in terms of just like out. Like, and I think my man, somebody said this about working out, how it pushes you to work through determination. Cause like working out is like 90% mental, 10% physical. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, yeah, like you getting bigger, whatever, you get stronger, but it's really like, it really helps your determination factor. It's like when I'm doing reps, let's say I'm doing like, okay, I'm throwing 30 reps or something. Like I make sure I try to do like at least 5 reps after I'm already done with my set, because it's like it pushes you through that. I don't know, like it just gives you that determination factor and that push through factor. It's like if you could push through a heavy workout, I feel like you can push through anything in life. You know what I'm saying? So just in terms of emotions, that's a good question. Honestly, I feel like because I work out all the time, so it's like I don't know. I feel like I'm not even gonna say working out helps my emotions for real. I feel like it can help you get your anger out. You know what I'm saying? If you have problems with anger, but me, what really helps my emotions is like which I was just talking about. A clean gut is a clean mind. Like once I cleaned up my gut, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm alkaline vegan, so it's like yeah, like I don't really eat no processed food. I think the worst thing I put in my body is seaweed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I only drink water and coconut water, spring water to be exact, but coconut water. So it's like I feel like that right there clears up a lot of problems because I don't have intrusive thoughts. Like I'm never feeling low for no reason. I'm never feeling sad. Like nah, I did not understand. It's like you got to understand like this from this perspective as well too. It's like an emotion, just because you're feeling a certain emotion does not mean that that emotion is you. Like yeah, you might feel mad right now, okay, that doesn't mean you're actually the emotion mad. Like it's not about what the emotion you're feeling, it's about how do you react to your emotions. So let's say if you do get a low negative emotion, okay, don't react to it in a negative way. And that's why like I'm a master of my mind, because it's like let's say if something happens right now, let's say if I get scammed out some money, some crazy shit happens, I'm not about to react. Just because some negative shit happened to me in my life does not mean I'm about to react to the shit in a negative way. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's one of the biggest lies that people tell themselves, is like, oh, some bad shit happened to me, so I'ma just feel bad. Motherfucker, I ain't finna feel bad. Like, you know, that's just gonna make the shit worse. And I'm the type of person that's like, I'm about results. So it's like, yo, why would I feel negative about something? Because I understand it's like my body is the universe, right? That's what we understand. Our body is the universe. However our body feels is how our life is, what our life is going to start looking like. Your body projects emotions, and these emotions turn into real things. So I give an example, right? Think about one of the times y'all got mad about something little, and then that little thing, like that one thing you got mad at, now like the rest of the day you became mad at every fucking thing. It was more shit popping up in your reality, and you were just pissed off the whole day. That's because you was literally manifesting the vibration of madness all in your reality. So I understand the importance of emotions. I'm like, okay, if I get mad at something so fucking little, it's gonna be more shit to pop up in my reality to make me mad. So I'm gonna stay at least joyful, happy at all times. Then you gotta understand like this, man. It's like, yo, it's always somebody going to do something way worse than you. It's a motherfucker right now getting raped. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a motherfucker right now going through some crazy shit right now. Like you really don't got no problems for real. You think you do, but you really don't. You feel me?
Damn, that's deep as fuck. You think you Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, that was lit. That was lit. Vaughn, I don't know you, bro, but you're lit, bro. Like I just tapped into how you think and shit, and you're lit. What I wanted to talk about
Appreciate you, my
pretty much
man.
was, yeah, bro. I'm gonna definitely tap in with you after this. Um, okay, so whoever works out in here, right? Don't you feel when you just get on a schedule, right? And you're going Monday through Friday, 5 days. You're getting your meal preps in. You're watching your calories. You're staying consistent every single thing. And then once you follow that schedule, your whole life pretty much becomes like that. Does anybody feel like what I'm saying? Like, as far as like getting your stuff aligned and then bomb, you're doing your work, whatever it is right after. Nobody understands how much working out really, 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 really helps you and benefits you. I stopped working out because of an ankle injury, right? I like broke my ankle. I hoop. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much broke my ankle, and I stopped playing and I stopped being active for 3 months. I cannot stress to you how much worse everything felt after I stopped working out, after I stopped watching what I was eating, after I stopped watching my water intake, everything, because it's all in the mind. Physical fitness produces dopamine, produces all these great things, endorsements in your brain, and it's like some days I felt like, oh my God, am I falling off? Like, why don't like, I'm not active on this anymore. Why am I not caring anymore? And like, I started noticing like, wow, I stopped working out and I lost a hella confidence. I got way more depressed. I started worrying about things when I'm well off financially. And it's just like working out pretty much can change anybody's life. And now I'm now motivated to go vegan by Vaughn because it's like I'm not vegan. I still eat. I still eat certain things that are probably not the best for you. So it's like it's awesome to go to spaces and think you're gonna teach, right? And then learn at the same time.
Yeah,
I
and let
mean,
me touch on that too, man. It's like I'm gonna just give you an example. It's like, okay, look at a dog, for instance. It's like, imagine putting a dog in a room all day and the dog ain't doing nothing. The dog would be depressed. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're a human organism. So it's like, as humans, we still got to get some type of physical exercise in. It don't even matter if you in the gym working out. It don't matter if you just hitting jumping jacks. It don't matter if you just going outside and you making sure that you get in nature. Like, your organism on earth. Like, you definitely need some type of outside, some type of exercise, some type of something. You feel me? So yeah, that's what I got to say about that.
Go
you
ahead,
Yeah,
know,
Tut.
it's
for
dope. It's
for
dope.
sure.
Um, you know, exercising gives you a sense of control, and it's rewarding at the end of it all because you
Hey, Stacey,
expect
what you
yourself
say?
to go, huh?
No, I was just telling Tut to go ahead. Go ahead, Tut.
Oh.
Nah, I was just saying, you know how rewarding it is to exercise, to set a goal for yourself, a personal goal, and to see yourself um overcome it. You know, that builds confidence. You know, that gives you a sense of a self. You know yourself more by knowing your body, knowing what your body can handle, and what you can put your body through. You know, like I'm plant based as well, so to hear Vaughn talk about exercise is cool, and because a lot of people be like, oh, if I exercise, I have to eat meat. It's like, no, you don't. You do not have to be eating, some contaminated meat, processed stuff out here in the world just to think you got to put on more protein, which people don't even know what protein is for real, for real.
So how can
They
they
put on
put on protein without meat?
um protein. The human body produces its own protein. It takes from greens and everything like that. What people think they're getting from meat is actually they're getting animal fat. Like like animal protein and human protein are two totally different things. Like, if that's why, like, people who eat like a lot of cows and horse meat and all that type of stuff, they start getting big as fuck because they're putting animal DNA within their system. Like, it's you're not really supposed to, our body's not designed to really eat meat like that, for real, for real. um so you eat the proper stuff, your body's going to create its own protein. Like,
Okay,
you
okay.
yeah.
So the other vegan we got here is Vaughn. Vaughn, let me ask you,
Yo.
what are some things that we can eat instead of meat for protein?
Quinoa, chickpeas, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds. What else? What else? What else? Definitely wild rice. Definitely like oyster mushrooms, limes, muns, mushrooms. What else? What else? What else? That's a lot. I already said quinoa. I already said hemp seeds for sure, for sure. Chickpeas.
No.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's really about it off the dome.
And I have a question. And how much grams of protein you'd say? I mean, like for instance, what's your favorite thing to eat out of that list that you just gave us for protein?
My favorite thing, well, like, I give you an example of a meal. Like, today I just had I probably had like 2 cups of quinoa with, like, I had like probably like a cup of chickpeas, and then I had some oyster mushrooms in there, then I had some red onions, and then I had some zucchini in there with some coconut aminos. So that's like a meal today. So honestly, I don't know how much protein that is. I know that's a lot. Like, that's a lot.
Okay,
You know what
okay.
I'm
So it's
saying?
like,
Yeah.
all right, bet. Because
I
most
want to
people,
Man, I'm
say to
eating
the people
protein.
too.
I'm eating quinoa and wild rice right now.
I want to say to the people right now too, like, when you're going to the gym, I feel like you're dead ass like designing your body. You're literally sculpting yourself. Every day you're going to the gym and working on a specific part of your body. And it's nothing like working on something for weeks, months, years, and actually seeing results. I think that's the problem with a lot of people. I was talking to my best friend yesterday and she's like, man, I gotta do this. I said, bro, you haven't stuck with nothing long enough to really see a result. That's why it's hard for you to do that in your day-to-day life. If you've done something before and you stuck with it before, like if you were in sports, you played it for years and you saw some results. You saw yourself get better. You saw yourself get some wins. So you built that habit in you as a kid. Some people have never done that before. Stick with one thing and continue doing it except school. And most people don't like that. So it's like you've been disciplined with something that you don't even like, which makes us not even want to be disciplined with things because we think we're supposed to be disciplined to things we don't like. When in reality, you're supposed to be disciplined to the things that make you better and you grow to like them because you start to get results. The work may not be fun, but winning is fun. You get me? And last time I checked, I mean, the graduation was cool and all, but that didn't really feel too much of a crazy win. You get me? So a lot of y'all need to start getting habits or getting a hobby that you can commit to and see growth, because the moment that you see how a journey works, you'll start to realize, oh, the failure wasn't even that bad. Oh, me falling on my ass wasn't even that bad. That was just a part of the journey. A lot of y'all haven't stuck with something, so you don't know that it's boring at first. You don't know that it gets stagnant at first, and then something just randomly pops off. You don't know what it feels like to be on a roller coaster called a fucking journey. So a lot of y'all need to get on a journey. Start simple. Start with just working out. And when you see that you've been working on something for 2 weeks and you don't really see any growth, but then you go for a whole month and then boom, all of a sudden people are like, yo, you look different. But you can't tell that you look different because listen, when you're in the frame, it's hard to see the bigger picture. A lot of y'all are not going to really see how much you've grown when you're looking at yourself every day. But what I say is document what the fuck you're doing. Document the process. Like if you go on my YouTube 4 years ago, you see I was a whole different person. If you go on my YouTube 6 months ago, my stream was completely different. You guys are watching it happen in real time. And that's what happened when you have documentation. You can go back and be like, damn, this is what I looked like. This is what I was doing. And that shit'll pick you back up. See, a lot of y'all stop when y'all get bored because you think that's the end of it. No, my nigga, boredom is the part of it. Boredom is what causes people to hop off, and that's what makes you great because you're able to get bored and still get inspired, still get creative. I find that when I get bored, when I get impatient, that's when some of my best ideas come because I'm being forced to be uncomfortable. I'm being forced to face myself. I'm being forced to go inward. A lot of y'all niggas are so distracted, so you don't even know what it's like to go inside. You don't even know what it's like to be by yourself with your thoughts with no distractions. Some of y'all don't even realize that. So what happens is the universe sits your ass down and forces you to do it. And when that happens, that's when you're forced to see success. I know XXX talked about when his ass went to jail, and he was in a 7 year when he went to jail. And that taught him something. Him being in isolation by himself. A lot of y'all don't realize that if you don't learn what you need to learn, that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to be forced to learn it. And you're never going to like how the universe forces you to learn it when you have the opportunity to learn it yourself. And one last thing I'll say before I pass this off is that one way you can avert karma is by learning the lesson. The reason why you have karma is so you can learn the lesson. You need to learn that what you did was wrong. You need to learn that you can't do that. But if you learn the lesson, right? That's why they say wise people learn from other people's mistakes. Why would you go through a karmic lesson if you already understood what it was about, what it was trying to do, what it was teaching you, the rights and the wrongs of it? You feel me? So if anybody want to add on, we can accept some questions on, you know what I'm saying? But if anyone add on, go for it.
Nah, you was spot on with it for
Yeah.
sure. Definitely have time to get to know yourself in solitude and you know learn the lesson.
Yeah, I agree. The universe definitely has a lot of throws a lot of things at you, such as karma and everything, and it's good. Trials and tribulation to learn from those experiences and everything. I know I've learned a lot this year, and it's definitely going to benefit me coming into next year. Just from the amount of shit that I've learned. And I also agree. Every man needs to be working out. I mean, your gut health is connected to your subconscious mind in general. So working out, eating good. I mean, that's something that I also learned this year. One of my buddies taught me how to, eat all organic and everything. I mean, clean gut, just like as you said, clean gut is a clean mind. And then when you're eating like shit, fast food, all this fucking, seed oil garbage and all that shit, it clouds up your mind, and you go through phases of emotions and shit like that. And I agree with one person said, you don't want to, your emotions don't define you. Just it matters actually how you handle them, and become your true self and everything like that. So I want to say that's very good. What everyone's saying.
That was dope. Let's go ahead and get some
All right, yeah, I'll bring
questions.
up some people. All right, we'll bring up Turtle. How you doing, Turtle? Oh,
He's coming up. It's connected. Go ahead, Turtle. You got the mic.
Oh man, I'm not even gonna lie. Slick, forgot my question. Hold up.
all right, there we go. What's up, Turtle?
What's good, brother?
What's good?
It was something. It was something that you said. Oh, okay. Now I remember. I'm sorry. This is kind of backtracking. This is when you were asking Vaughn about the 11 and the bodybuilding. Something. So I do a lot of free readings, and something that I recognize that I wanted to ask you about, since you're an 11, is I feel like people that have a lot more like spiritual ineptness in younger years have a lot more anger issues, and they have anger issues linked to them being able to tell when people are lying. And I feel like that's where the energy for people that are kind of psychic with that 11 energy and shit kind of come in. I know that's kind of off topic, but that was a question I had like a super long time ago.
Vaughn, did you have anger issues?
For real, I feel like what he said pretty much because we were psychic, so we could just see if people was lying and things like that. I
Yeah.
mean, like I feel like it's kind of a hard question to ask because it's like you still have real life things in your environment that could make you angry as well. For the most part, like I was happy until something probably happened. You know what I'm saying? But that's where the wisdom comes in. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like we're all naturally psychic in a sense. More people are just more tapped into it. But it's like even if I like me, I'm to the point now to where it's like I'm wise. So it's like I'm not gonna let something anything that you allow to give to anything that you allow to make you mad or that you give emotional reaction to is like that is now your master. And I'm not a slave to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody on this spaces can like make me mad or make me feel some type of way because at that point that means I'm giving you power over myself. Right.
Agreed.
So it's like next time when you go out in public or next time when you just around your family, around people in general, it's like think about like yo, do I really want to give this person power over me? Like, you're not going to be able to change how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just one thing that you're not going to be able to do. Feel me?
Fact. There's only one part that I disagree with. You feel me? Like, would you say that everybody's good at basketball?
I mean, I feel like you said, do I feel like everybody's good at basketball? I mean, it
Yeah. Like,
depends
do you
if
think is everybody good at basketball, or is everybody good at speaking? Can everybody
you
that speak English,
can everybody get good at speaking? Yes.
but is
Is
everybody
every
born on the same level of intelligence, of ability to play basketball, of public speaking?
but it's like what is intelligence at that point? Intelligence
Of
has to
course.
be
Well,
taught to you.
what is spirituality? You feel me? I definitely don't agree that everybody is the same level of spiritual when they're born, or the same level of psychic.
Well, yeah,
I
I
feel that
didn't say
some
that.
people, especially people like you who have that 11 energy, are a lot more psychic off rip. Can people catch up? Yes, but it's going to be a lot more fucking work.
Yeah, I agree with that definitely. But I feel like everybody is still like naturally psychic. You just some people are more tapped into it. That's what I said. But yeah,
So, yeah, facts. Man, I appreciate that.
All right, next one.
All right. I'll bring up NKC. I'll approve you right now. You're good to go.
Go ahead, NKC.
What up, though? So, uh, Appreciate hashtag Beacon. If you guys could share the live right now that we're all on with the hashtag Beacon, I appreciate it. Other than that, yeah, I'll interject a little bit. Yeah, I did the Dr. Sabi Alfred Bowman diet, and I'll often say people should try it. You know, fine, but before you do anything like that, I recommend people go to a naturopath and find out what's your candida level, what's your heavy metal analysis look like, and what does your parasitology tell you. Like, people can't quit meat. If you're loaded with parasites, man, you're addicted, man. You need the meat because the thing that lives inside of you need that. So if you're gonna all of a sudden cut off the food source of the thing that lives inside of you, like a tapeworm or some shit, you're gonna be going through some psychological trauma real quick. So, get the bugs out, get the heavy metal out. The candida is what breaks down the body when you die, and that's being fed by the white sugar that people love, man. It's everywhere. They put the sugar in the salt, even. Like, you got to realize that the sugar is cheaper than the salt, so they cut the sugar with the salt. You know what I'm saying? Like, the matrix of food is, you're gonna have to go back to the basics, back to basics, because unless you're a newborn son or a daughter and you're like beneath the age of 18, you can't have half your diet be fruit and candy and stuff. But when you're young, you can use the fructose to build your body. But after a certain time, there's a point where the fructose is just, it's sugar. It breaks down to sugar at some point. Same with alcohol. Alcohol breaks down to sugar. Bread breaks down to sugar. The candida matrix is one thing. The parasite matrix is another thing, and the heavy metal matrix is another thing. So, like, I quit factory meat at one point, and I said, well, I'm gonna only eat the damn hunted meat. But then my heavy metal analysis went through the charts. All of a sudden, I was lead, gunpowder was in my blood, and so that nuked my blood. So again, if you're gonna eat meat, you got to realize that every year you're gonna have to get rid of the parasites and the heavy metal that comes with it. Like that, it's just the reality of the situation. Now,
How do we do that? How do we get rid
the
of
heavy metal.
the heavy metal and the
Okay,
parasites? Can fasting?
fasting. Well, okay. First off, fasting is the best thing for your body metabolically. So fasting will help just with your general health in general. What will the fasting do? It'll also give you a chance to schedule a diet for yourself. And I'm not saying like, oh, I eat this perfect. You know, the parasites and the heavy metal, people get really stressed about it, but you can't, because it's, you got to realize that, like, they have people on a heavy metal schedule. So you got to get off the heavy metal schedule. So again, if you're injecting a flu shot every year, that's going to make your heavy metal go through the roof because it's full of heavy metals. So you're going to have to stop putting stuff in your body that's got heavy metal in it. And so the first thing you do with the candida and heavy metal is, like, people want to do the parasitology, and so they get on like the rug, which is get rid of the bugs now kind of stuff, like black walnut. Black walnut is the parasite, is that's a good thing for the parasites. Eat some black walnut powder and put that in your food, put that in your smoothies. That'll nuke the parasites. Now for the heavy metals, you can go ETDA plus there's a lot, like, basically the heavy metals you can go with zeolites. You can go with like, I did blood work. Like, I did 15 sessions of, I want it all done quick. I got it all out fast. Within 15 weeks, I had 15 sessions and I had gotten all of it out. And in between those 15 sessions, I did 2 heavy metal screenings. And the second screening, it was mostly out, and I didn't have to do a third screening because he was like, okay, just do 5 more sessions, and then, scientifically speaking, like, you're good. Like, your levels will be normal. Now, that, like, when you do a heavy metal test, you're gonna be surprised. Like, what shocked me was the mercury in my blood, the lead in my blood, the gunpowder in my blood, and the aluminum in my blood. Those were the 4 nukes that I had. Like, I had 3x average on all those factors. So again, you can do it, but, and again, you don't just need to do black walnut. Like, there's tons of one of the things I did was Candida Terminator. That's another product. Another product that I used was for the parasites. Oh, my brain is just, I'm drawing a blank. I can see the bottle in my hand right now.
Hey,
Go ahead, sir.
hey, for parasites, papaya seeds for sure, for sure.
Oh
Get
yeah,
some papaya seeds. Yeah, and for the heavy
dry them
metals,
out.
definitely get cilantro. Yeah, cilantro and spirulina for the heavy metals.
Right. Yeah, yeah, spirulina, especially the blue. The blue, like gram for gram. The green spirulina is good, but the blue is the fire shit. So definitely go with the blue cyan, the cyan, like the cyan blue green algae, man. That's a fantastic product. Anything like you were mentioning, seaweed. Seaweed is the most nutrient dense food in the world. Now, flowers are the most nutrient dense food in the land, but seaweed blows it out of the charts as far as the mineral counts, especially like the Irish sea moss. That shit is gold, Jerry. Gold. You know what I'm telling me? You all know
Facts.
about it. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That sea moss, that Irish sea moss, you can get it in a bottle. You can get it dry. You can get it wet. Get that in you. That shit right there. That's gonna fix your skin. That's gonna fix your
Say it
organs.
again, NKC.
Yeah,
Say it
sea
again.
moss is powerful. Sea moss is powerful.
What type of sea moss?
Irish sea moss.
Irish sea moss.
Irish sea
Oh, okay.
moss. You can't. And there's a saying in Ireland. You know what they say?
What did
You
they
can't lick it off the rocks.
say?
I'm serious. They call it luck. That's what it's saying. They
That's
don't
wild.
lick it off the rocks in Ireland. That's what they say.
I just put that in my notes. I just put that in my notes literally to order.
Dude, that's a fantastic product. Like it's gonna go up in price too. Like that's gonna go up in price like gold. That shit will hold. It's gonna hold value. It's already skyrocketing in price, like going up 200%, 300%. Because like people are realizing that like, okay, so this is gonna reverse aging and like, oh wow, I'm gonna have every day I will have Irish sea moss. Like it is a fantastic product. Like there's a place here in Miami. I go to Coconut Fusion. It's coconut. I gotta look it up. I'll give you the address, but they sell Irish sea moss in a bottle, and like, damn, like it hits. Like that I was hanging out with my Jamaican brothers and like I went to that restaurant and I bought all the Irish sea moss and they had Irish sea moss pills. I bought all those. I like took the whole bottle and I took all of it at once. And
Where'd you go?
that was in Miami. It's between Fort Lauderdale and Miami. So it's coconut. Oh man, I'll give you the name of the restaurant. They sell it. Just give me a second. I'm not like they don't pay me.
Coconut Fusions?
Coconut. I think so. Hold on. Coconut. If it's Z, hold on, I'll find it. Coconuts with a Z Fusion Cafe. There we go. They sell. They're open right now. I theoretically I could get there right now in 20 minutes. Jamaican restaurant. They sell Irish sea moss in a bottle. But like again, I bought all of them, and like the funny story, the anecdote here was that they had Irish sea moss pills too, like 50 capsules in a bottle. I popped open that whole bottle and I took the whole bottle in front of my Jamaican friends and they were laughing. They're like, what's all these pills? And I'm like, don't worry about it. But like you can't take too much of it. Like there's not there's no overdose for taking Irish sea moss. It's like the only overdose is that your brain starts working really well. Like again, alkaline, mucus reducing, non-hybrid. Dr. Sabi. Why is that? Why do we eat these electric foods and not the deadening foods, the acidic foods? Why is that? So again, you guys are actually smarter than me. You guys wouldn't be you'd be shocked. Like I'm not there's nothing I'm not special. I'm not special. You guys are special because it's the receiver of this message that is really benefiting because I've experienced what it feels like to be on that diet. That's like you feel like you're on dimethyltryptamine when you're alkaline, hybrid reduced, and again he's talking about it too. It they call it the lotus flower. Okay, what is the lotus flower? It's a third eye. Okay, when the lotus flower is activated, you are happy to be awake in the morning, the so-called morning. You know, great rising. You can't wait. The moment you want to catch the sun with your hands like a gopher in the morning when that shit's happening. So you can feel electric. You can feel electric, and it really does feel electric. He was talking about it. He reminded me of it. Vaughn was talking about that same experience that is tangential to the human experience. That lust for life, that when you get up in the morning you're like, I have a list of shit to do, but I want to do the most pressing thing first. I have an agenda. You feel good, and I endorse it, man. Like find find out what like another thing, the fourth thing I forgot to mention. I said the candida, right? The candida. Find out where the candida is, and get a naturopath to test to find out what's the best protocol for you, because what he can do is a good naturopath. You could go buy a supplement, not open it, keep the receipt, take it to a good naturopath, and they'll tell you, no, don't take this one, return this one, but keep this one. This one's good. This one checked out for you. You should use this one. This one is electrically charged for your body. Everyone's body is different. Certain parasite protocols, heavy metal protocols, this one reacted good for you, this one didn't. You did a food allergy test, you found out, like me personally, I did a food allergy test and I was allergic to fructose. So I was like, okay, I got to cut the fruit out. The fruit is why my candida was a 7. Now my candida is a 1. Do you think I'm lusting after cookies and stuff now? Like, no. I'm 7 times less, I have 7 times less candida, which is the thing that makes you want sugar. And sugar, here's the thing, when celiacs get sick, like when they say people who want gluten free, right? Why is that? It's because the cilia in the stomach get clogged by the carbohydrates, and the only thing that wants the carbohydrates is the candida. And when you get the candida blocking the cilia in your stomach, you're eating food and you're not feeding yourself. You're feeding the mold, the parasites, and again, you have heavy metals because, there's an old joke. It's not, and people, carnivores don't like this joke, but like, if you got 10 pounds of black tar Burger King up your ass, yeah, no shit, you got heavy metals, son. Like that grill is not, the grill is not a place where heavy metal gets detoxed from. Do you think the same? Like, another thing is that, like, they're cooking, they're cooking your meat right with the pork products. That mean, and pork is the worst fucking meat of all the meats, man. It's got trichinosis, brain parasites. You do not want bacon for breakfast. Just get it through your head, and start simple. I always tell people, if you're gonna take a food out of your system, put something back in that's delicious. Like, you can't, if you love your morning bacon, you're gonna have to find the quinoa, the ancient grain that you like the most. I like amaranth. I like couscous. I like there's so many grains that you could find that are good. And again, don't cook olive oil and coconut oil and heat it up. There's certain oils that you can cook as a seed oil and just use a little teaspoon like 1 week. In 1 week, you should not have more than a tablespoon of seed oil in your diet. I used to just pour on olive oil on chickpeas because I was like, well, technically olives are non-hybrid, alkaline, and mucus reducing. But it's like, you can't pour on that oil, because what happens is it shuts down your gallbladder, and then when your gallbladder shuts down, now you're just backing up oil into your system. So colonics is a really good place to start with the heavy metals. You want to, like, legally get rid of the most heavy metal, is go do hydrocolon therapy. To wash out all the crap is the easiest place to start with the heavy metal, and you don't even have to change your diet. It all starts with just someone pouring water and getting the water, cleaning out the septic system, and you'll feel better. You'll feel clean. So just like, you can go on Amazon and you can buy pretty cheap, like a water bag with $30. Okay, you fill up the water bag, lay down your tub, and drain the sewer, man. Drain the sewer, as Donald Trump fans say. It's a QAnon fucking people say.
Okay.
Hey, NKC, do you
We
eat
have.
according to your blood type?
I am an RH negative, good sir.
Do you eat
Do I eat do
to
I
your
eat
blood?
non-rhesus factor diet? Um, I believe, and this is my personal opinion, and there will be a Vedic expert that will disagree with me, but I don't think eating to blood type is priority. It is a luxury. A lot of people don't get to eat, according to their blood type. There was a gentleman in Beacon, Turtle. He be eating that guy's a blood type. He's not. He's in the crowd right now, but he could jump on the. He be eating that blood type diet. Like, I seen his juices he posts. There was like ABO blood type juice. So there's a guy right there that's on a blood type diet. He could tell you himself. I've never tried it, so I can't speak to it. I've heard people say it's the jam. I've heard people say it's a scam. I can't tell you too much about it. Blood type diet's an interesting thing. There's a lot of books about it, but there's also books that say that it's, there's nothing to it. People like, so, it's anecdotal. What works for you might not work for me. If I'm on like you said, if I'm on a special diet, like because of my RH negative blood, maybe that's why I can't eat fructose. That's probably why. In fact, I test foods like when I did my food allergy test, I was surprised that certain foods I couldn't eat, and all this time I thought I could eat them. I have I could pull up my list of foods that I thought were good, and they weren't good for me. So, like Dr. Swetlikoff out of the Vancouver Naturopath Clinic, he would test me for certain foods, and I was utterly shocked at some of the foods that I ate weekly and every day were some of the foods that didn't react well with my body. And just because another thing is that sometimes the comfort food that we like and we think is, you know, helping us is working to our detriment. And I know I really, yeah,
Damn,
go ahead, please.
damn. Um, Hold on. We have JD. What was your question?
JD here. Um, Thank you for having me on. I wanted to have a comment with regards to the metal toxicity. See, something happened in my family years back after I got back from studying overseas at university. And once I got back, me and my family were plant based with regards to our eating habits. But environment also plays a role. As my stepfather, who happens to be a 33, 6 life path, one day, very hardworking man, one day he wakes up, he's going to work, and all of a sudden he can't balance himself. He's like falling over. He can't balance just like that one day, all of a sudden. And they found heavy amounts of metal poisoning in him. Now, at that time, he was working at a radioactive plant near the Washington area. It's around the same area where they built the nuclear bomb,
Oh,
right? So
bro.
he was working around that place, as you can imagine. Now, also, he happened to have metals in his teeth, which they use sometimes to fill in, for the crowds and
Right.
whatnot. So
Amalgam, mercury, you're
exactly,
right.
all of those components, and plus there was these little Tic Tacs, these little candies, which are supposedly natural. But as he was grinding his teeth against this, it started the metal poison. It started to seep in his body, and so it was like one
Tic
year
Tacs have they have the
of detox.
titanium dioxide in it.
Exactly, exactly. So it was a whole year, a whole process of detoxifying. And the whole detox process, it also messed with his cognitive abilities. He couldn't remember certain stuff because the metal, as it was getting flushed out, it would go through his brain, right? So I just wanted to comment that as to how real of a problem that is, not just in meat eaters, but also in just regular, I guess, with regards to plant-based lifestyles. I mean, there are certain things, even in plant-based, there are processed foods that can be consumed by plant-based eaters. It doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
mean that everything that is supposedly plant-based is going to be healthy for you. Of course, that's what we got to inform ourselves and whatnot. But I just wanted to comment that in.
Yeah, that's good. That was a really good comment. No, that was perfect. That's a great example. And you reminded me that when you do a parasite die off, your heavy metals are going to spike because a lot of those parasites contain a lot of the heavy metals. So when you do these parasite cleanse, expect your heavy metals to go up. That's another thing. That's why in the protocol, I always recommend Candida is the easiest thing to get rid of first. Go just do the easy thing first because your body isn't gonna it'll upset your body less. The parasites, I would almost say do that last. Get what heavy metals out of your blood you have now, get the candida out, and then go for the parasites, and then in a year check your blood levels for the heavy metals, because if you got all the parasitology tests done and there's no tapeworms, so on and so forth, by the time that die off happens, you're going to have more heavy metal, because a lot of those parasites, they happen to have a lot of heavy metals in them. So, and you mentioned the nuclear thing. Um, I'm not actually. I think that nuclear radiation, if you have a good gut health, it won't affect you. Dehute talks about that all the time. Is that good gut health is what you like. You could walk through Chernobyl with good gut health. You'd be surprised. And when like the environment, like that was another thing that you had mentioned. Again, indoor living, if you don't have like a Dr. Air or something in your house cleaning the air, there's negative ions inside your house. And that house, like, you'd be surprised how many people have lead paint, asbestos in their house. Because when people pay rent at places, A lot of the times, if they have like those kind of issues, they literally just sweep it under the rug. They paint over it. And so you're living in an environment that has black mold, heavy metal, Wi-Fi going on all the time. Well, the Wi-Fi grows the mold. The mold gets in your lungs. You get mold in your. You got you got moldy lungs, heavy metals, all from your environment. That's in your house. That's why during COVID they were saying stay in your house because they want you sick as a motherfucker. They make money off of it. If you're not sick, how are they gonna make money? If you take the if you take the profit margins away from the drug companies, the drugs are all made from the heavy metals from the ground. It's petroleum products.
What's
Every
your
single
birthday?
pharmaceutical drug. April 20th, 1989. I'm a 33-6. Snake, Earth, snake,
Y'all got to get
Aries,
them black granite
Taurus.
crystals as well to negate that radiation. And the
Oh, Shungite. Elite
yeah,
Shungite is my
yeah, the
favorite.
shungite. That's the one. Yeah, and then the
I
feng
I have
shui.
the
It's
feng
your feng
shui.
shui.
The feng shui, Wi-Fi is bad for feng shui. I always tell people when you go to bed at night, unplug the Wi-Fi. Unplug the Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everyone's feng shui is different as well. So west
Oh
might
yeah.
work for some persons, and then east might not work for another person's. And if you take the time to calibrate your feng shui within yourself, you just start to see that your intelligence is going up, your health is going up,
Yup.
your luck is going up. You start
Oh,
to
dude, bro, why do you think I moved to Miami, bro? I'm a snake. I use Gary as a template. Like he's in the Southwest. Okay, he's in the Southwest. He's in an ox town in a snake state.
oh yeah,
Now the
he tapped
ox
in.
is the
Tapped in.
shrine of the snake. So
Yeah,
even if it's an enemy snake here, I'm still safe in a ox town. Like
yeah.
and dude, all of my connections I'm making in Miami are fantastic, bro. Like I have two millionaire mentors right now. I got rid of all my old friends from Canada, man. Like the the war path that I've been put on is fantastic, baby. It's a building day, and I've been building all day, man. And it's like the connections I'm making. They're like the people have to repeat the stuff they're saying to me. It's like you don't get it. It's like I've been working with list of names here. It's like and it's like lightning strikes. Like I'll play him a song, and he's like, "Play that record back." He's like, listen to that guy right here. He's talking about Jay Prince. He's like, "That's my mentor." I'm like, wow, like it's crazy. So being in the right feng shui, like you just said it, like it's like location, 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 and if you're in the right place at the right time, that's when like certain information comes. Like I got to work under Dr. Hornby and Dr. Rick Simpson. Like I've worked with over 700 cancer patients. I've seen people like my mom, where they gave her 2 days or 3 days to live. Actually, the doctor said like she's probably not going to get out of this hospital. It's been a year later.
Wow, man, that's powerful information that you have the ability to even be aware of that. But I want to give some free game to the people right now. So we're getting ready to go into 2024. It's going to be an element of fire for the next 20 years, all the way till 2043, and that's going to play directly towards middle-aged women. So any woman that's going to be turning 30 in between 2024 and 2043, you guys are the theme. If you're in your 30s, middle age, you guys are the theme. So it's actually going to be targeted towards middle-aged women and technology. This is the last final period nine. It's the end phase, the end game, the final reset. Destruction is a part of how this plays out, but fire targets our finances this year. So if you guys have metal elements, like those of you that are metal tigers, metal monkeys, what you want to do is meditate on your metal elements. And how do you do that? You might be asking, like taking wisdom, how do you meditate on your metal elements? So you go into your key gongs and you start doing those Asian practices of how they flow with the energy and the chi, and they are present with the self. You can find it on YouTube. It's easy. Metal yogas as well. Um, 1982 was actually, no, 1984 was period 7. Each period lasts 20 years. So from 1984 to 2004, that was targeting women. It was a metal element for 20 years. So you saw like young women starting to put on like tights and dress a little bit more provocatively. Like Britney Spears was a big